Welcome back, everyone. We made it. We are here on our Friday review of the week. Each and every weekday, well, and weekends as well, with the Cabral House Calls, I try to bring you just one more wellness, body transformation, longevity-based tip that I believe is actionable, that you can actually implement. Sure, I love bringing you the research. I share the research with you, but truly, I want to make sure that the information I give you, that you can do something with it for you, for your family, for your loved ones. It might not always be for you, but I do believe that if you begin to accumulate this knowledge over time, you'll become the go-to person, whether it's for your family, your friends, your community, your church. You're going to be able to share this information. You will be that person. So that's really what I love. And again, you don't have to be the expert, but to share with people where to look, what to point to, what they might be missing can make all the difference in someone's life. So that's really what it's all about. That is why we do this daily Cabral Concept podcast. And again, like I said, I really, truly enjoy your support, appreciate your support. It means a lot to me. So what we're going to do is go over our Friday review, which you know is a little bit of this and a little bit of that. It's a fun show. I basically just spend a couple minutes per topic going over the updates for the week, anything we have going on over at Life, which we usually have something fun going on over there. Quick podcast recap, just in case you missed any of the shows of the week. This year, we're going to be going through an herb of the week each and every week, introducing you not to the vitamins and minerals that we spoke about on past shows, but actually herbs that nature gave us that we can use as needed to make us healthier, right? Because herbs are true natural medicine. I usually do then a book review or a product review. This time, it's an educational, informational review on where to find the best wild fish, sustainable fish, actually look at the sustainability of it, grass-fed based products, etc. Then I have 2 research studies for you that I'm going to bring it to you, make sure that I get there on time, all in 20 minutes or less. So let's get started. Updates for the week for me. It's going to be coming out this coming Monday. So I want you to stay tuned just 3 days from now if you're listening to this live on Friday. I will be doing a follow-up show. You know I live by the 12-week year. If you follow my Instagram account, you know that sometimes in the background you see my big wall calendars. I have my 2021 calendar still up, and right beside it is my 2022. And I'm literally pointed to it. It's about 4 feet away. And whenever I'm on calls or meetings or I'm talking with my wife and we're scheduling our daughter's, spring break and school vacations and all that, I can look at this calendar and I can plan around it. It is a game changer for your family, your personal life, for your work, for your hobbies, your commitments, whatever it might be. I'm just such a huge fan. But the 12-week year, we're talking about what? Are you setting goals? And if you are, great. They don't need to be, climbing Mount Everest. I don't have any of those goals. But you can be trying to do things with your life, which we'll go over on Monday, and you want to keep yourself accountable. That's it. Because again, life is all about, at the end of the day, what the commitments you make to yourself. I mean, that's the truth. What have you committed to yourself to get better at? And I think we can all improve in some area of our life. If you can improve in some area of your life, well, then congratulations. And you did it. You've hit the pinnacle, and you probably don't even need this podcast. So again, my commendations to you. But, for most of us, again, I think there's a little something we can work on. And instead of making these huge yearly goals, what if we could commit to just 12 weeks? I find the 90 days a lot more palatable, and then I can break down larger goals into smaller chunks. Again, we'll chat about that on Monday, see how you've been doing, and I'm also going to give you some tips. If you didn't hit your goals, maybe let's tweak it for the next 90 days. We'll make it even better. All right, so that's coming up this Monday. That's been on my mind the most. It really has, kind of getting through the first quarter of the year. It's funny, but once we get through March, I'm thinking, all right, it's starting to be spring, right? We're starting to get to that spring season. What does spring season mean? It's a different mindset. It's a different mindset coming out of winter. Everything's warming up. The earth is starting to bloom a bit, right? We're starting to feel those greater signs of life. I think that there's a little bit more excitement in the air. The warmer weather is going to bring more people outside. And I get excited for that because I know right around the corner is summer. What does summer mean? Well, sure, summer, warm weather, all those great things, beach. But I think about a lot of the nice things that go along with the summer. I think about, my daughter's birthdays. I think about, going to Maine, all these nice things. So I like to just I don't like to get too far ahead in the year, but I always am anticipating all sorts of fun things that I can try to do with my life. Because why do I do that? It also makes me feel better in the moment, right? So I feel better now knowing that, sure, I'm working now, but I'm working towards all these things that I want in life. And a lot of them are just overall continued happiness, like peace, happiness, joy. These are things that I want. And you have to work for it every day in order to make those things happen. So I enjoy the moment. I'm enjoying recording this podcast right now. I enjoy my work. I'm grateful for my work, grateful for my family, but there's nothing wrong with trying to take things to the next level. I'll talk about that more on Monday. All right. So those are my updates. That's my update for the week here. Now, over at Equalife, I just want to make sure, again, each and every week, I like to bring you a little something if I can. I did announce on Instagram, hopefully you saw that about a week ago, we are not too far away from debuting our brand new app. Brand new, built from the ground up. This is a custom built app, meaning it is going to be, I hope, everything that you could want for your overall health and wellness. I'm going to talk more about it in the future, so definitely stay tuned on these Friday reviews. But if you've been looking for online workouts, we've got you covered. Meditations, we've got you covered. Binaural beats, we have you covered. If you're looking for nutrition plans, shopping lists, recipes, swap out meals, macronutrients, micronutrients, we've got you covered. If you're looking for all your labs in one place, meaning like you can put all your lab results in one place, we got you covered. Video calls, video chats with coaches, we have you covered. It is going to be absolutely game-changing, no doubt about it. And it is literally free for all of our IUBON members over at Equalife. It's going to be free for IUBON members. I mean, I can't beat that, right? You literally cannot beat that. If you want to learn more about IUBON, you're welcome to, but I'm just so excited for this app. It has been, it's been 5 years of a dream. That's why I tell you, don't stop dreaming. 5 years, did I ever think that I'd be able to invest this money to be able to build an app? Never thought that. But every dollar from Equalife gets put right back in the company. Every single dollar goes towards research, new formulations, and now this app. And I'm so excited about it. So find out more about IUBON if you'd like. Totally up to you at StephenCabral.com/IUBON. And that's AYUBOWAN. Or just go to StephenCabral.com/shop if that's easier. And then you'll simply just click on the membership at the top right there. I apologize. I just realized that my microphone levels were really high. So I'm turning that down a bit. If I was yelling in your ear, my apologies. I didn't realize that I had clicked that. So podcast recap for the week. Monday's show, hopefully you tuned in, was 2243. Why hurt people hurt people. This is an important show for everyone to listen to. If you have ever been criticized by family, by friends, or even online haters, you need to check out this show. It just goes through the psychology of why people do it to other people. It's not even you if it's happened to you. You have to understand really the psychology behind it. So I explained that at 2243. Good to know, good to have in the back of your mind, especially if you are someone that does their work online and you're out there in the public image. If people say things to you, you're not going to let it hurt you because you understand now why. Okay, Tuesday's show, 6 foods to help the liver detox. These are all natural foods. You'll want to check this one out. For PCOS, this works better than metformin. I really did. It's a full show on PCOS. It's a full show on PCOS. So I would definitely check out this show. 1 out of 10 women suffering from PCOS-based symptoms, things that look like low thyroid, they look like estrogen dominance, which can all be part of the PCOS-based symptomatology. I would check that out. That's episode 2245. 2246 was 7 reasons to lift weights beyond muscle building. Not everybody wants to build more muscle. That's okay. There's other reasons to exercise, and you're going to want to check those out at 2246. All right, that was our podcast review or recap for the week. Of course, all podcasts are over at StephenCabral.com/podcast. And for today's takeaways and all the links, head on over to StephenCabral.com/2247. All right, so 2 links I will be sharing with you at 2247 is, I thought this was great. I really do. And I like to give credit where credit's due. This is called seafoodwatch.org. seafoodwatch.org. And you can actually click on, so you can learn about seafood basics, different types of fish. But this one's on recommendations. You click on recommendations on the navigation bar, and it will actually tell you they're like, this is our top fish for purchasing right now based on how they're caught and sustainability. So it will give you a grade on that fish. Like right now, I just went on their website, and they actually break it down. And they have 2,062 results. I mean, that's incredible. But it's going to teach you the fish, which fish, you can actually search by the fish. It's in alphabetical order. And let me just go to one that I know of, anchovy. Okay. So anchovy, there are a bunch. So let me just share this with you. So Argentine anchovy, it's also known as anchovy. Country of origin, Argentina. Fishing gear, midwater trawls. Okay, so trawling the ocean to pick up the anchovy, and it's fished out of the Southwest Atlantic Ocean. Okay, so this is certified. This is a product that has been sustainable and clean. The European anchovy, so it gives you, again, the same exact things where it's coming from. Country of origin is actually Spain. It says European, but it's coming from Spain. And it says, okay, Northeast Atlantic. Now, there are some that they say avoid. So find an alternative. And this would be the European anchovy, where it has no country of origin, or it's fished out of the Strait of Sicily versus the Northeast Atlantic Ocean. And it tells you because it's not sustainable. And it goes through that. It goes through a bunch of these as well. Where to get them, like Arctic char is the next one. So Arctic char, sustainable fish, really good one if you choose to eat fish. So I really like this. I think it's really interesting. And again, they do the same thing for striped bass. So it gives you the ones to look for, the greenheads, line side, striper, Suzuki, where it should be purchased from, and then the ones that are not good alternatives, right? So some that come from indoor recirculating tanks without wastewater treatment plants. So it kind of tells you that some of these not so good, right? So I think this is a website worth checking out if you want to learn more about where your fish is coming from, and that's called seafoodwatch.org. Now, a lot of people have been writing in lately asking me about grass-fed meat, grass-fed beef, as well as organ meat. And they asked me, do you believe in organ meat? Do you believe in eating organs? And I said, well, I believe in if you were to hunt an animal, you would use the entire animal. Not only is that the best possible thing to do if you are going to kill if you're going to kill an animal, but it makes sense because those are some of the most prized meats of the entire animal. And again, I help people that are 100% vegan. I help people that are pescatarian, lacto-ovo. Some people eat meat. So it's not my job to judge. All I do, I'm here to help. That's it. And so I want to give you the unbiased truth. And so again, if you eat some meat, it's not necessarily unhealthy. If you're eating meat multiple times per day, I don't think that is a good long-term plan. I don't. It can be great for athletics and sports. It can be great for muscle building. It can be great for a lot of those things. But I'll say this again. I've talked about this many times, so I'm not going to get too deep into it today. But I don't think it's a great plan for longevity. I don't think that's going to get you living beyond 75, 80 years or so. If that's a goal of yours, maybe it's not. Again, some people just are all in it for the moment, and I can't judge. That's not my place to judge. So let's take it back. Yes, I believe in eating organ meat. It has to come from a healthy, clean animal. Antibiotic-free, recombinant bovine growth hormone-free, estrogen-free, all of those things, right? You want your animal grazing on grass, right? And then grass is kind of, I guess, a misnomer because it's whatever's in the field. But yes, that is what you want. So there is a website called eatwild.com, and you can search your locale, and you can actually see a bunch of farms that sell grass-fed beef. What I found, though, is in my area, it doesn't list every farm. It really doesn't. So I want to give the website credit where credit's due, but I always recommend typing into your local search for local farmers. I try to buy 100% of all of my poultry, pastured chicken, or pastured eggs, or grass-fed meat or grass-fed organs from local-only companies. Now, they are frozen. They come frozen, but that is where I try to buy them from always. And it's essentially 100% of the time now. It really is. The only time it's not, if I get any type of wild game, and that wild game could be elk or it could be buffalo, or what's another one? Deer. Those are the only three, basically. I mean, I'll eat other, items, but it not necessarily as much. So this is what I do. My family will get organ meat because my dog. It can be very good for growing children, and so we buy a ground grass-fed burger, and it contains kidney, heart, and liver. And it's 80% ground beef and 20% organ. And that is something that we give our family it once a week. That's it. Again, we're not doing it every night, but it can be a great way to get extra iron, B vitamins, and other nutrients in. Again, not for everyone, but I do want to share that this is what I do, and it can be a healthy thing as long as, obviously, it works for you. So check it out, eatwild.com. All right. Next up on the show, we're going to go over our herb of the week. One of my favorite herbs, I've talked about it before, but I never dedicated a Friday review to it, so we're going to do that here today. You may have heard me say it before, but it's hibiscus. I know it sounds kind of strange, but you're like, hibiscus, that's a flower, right? Yes, it is a flowering plant, and it's from the mallow family. We have a lot of mallow, the different types of mallow plants in Maine. When I'm on my hikes, sometimes with my daughters, I'm always taking photos of it. I post a lot of those as well. And it's a just beautiful flower, and it is a beautiful herb if you want to think of it that way. We've been using hibiscus for many years now, and I first learned about it in, like, let's say 2009. Let's say I actually remember. It was in 2007. So I started using it in 2007 because I went on a trip to Mexico and I got quite sick to my stomach. And I didn't want to just mail it in and say, that's it, that's the trip. So I was just fasting even back then. And we went on this excursion, and there was a local village, and I just told them I wasn't feeling well. So I apologized, but I can't eat lunch. And they gave me hibiscus tea. And I said, all right, I'll give it a shot. And I've shared this story before, but it's like instantaneously my body knew that this is what it needed. And I drank the entire pitcher of hibiscus tea. And of course, I apologized to everybody. I said, this is just feels so good to drink. This is like the first thing. And this is not for everyone. My stomach issues were gone by the end of the day. Now, again, this is not typical, because usually when you have stomach issues like that, it's a bacterial-based infection. So again, I'm not saying that is the medical cure, but I was like, this is amazing. This is amazing. But of course, then I started to get more into my studies of naturopathy, and I learned that hibiscus is actually a very powerful antioxidant. It contains a lot of carotene, beta carotene for vitamin A. It contains anthocyanins, which is those powerful plant pigments, in this case, typically red. And it's very high in vitamin C, which is why we use it in our full spectrum vitamin C. Full spectrum vitamin C is one of my favorite combination. Natural vitamin C, like natural herbal-based vitamin C with acerola berry, hibiscus, and a few others, combined with the functional medicine vitamin C. So I love that product. I've been using that product forever, and it's an amazing product. But hibiscus has also been shown to support healthy levels of inflammation, healthy levels of blood pressure, healthy levels of cholesterol, helps with weight loss, also can help with liver-based health, all those antioxidants in there. And get this, may fight bacteria. Amazing. I was in Mexico with one of the indigenous, people who are living there. They've been using it passed down from generation to generation. They gave it to me, and then all of a sudden, I don't have any more digestive issues. Now, did I drink a massive amount of hibiscus tea? I did. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. So there's a lot of power in nature, and I just don't want us to overlook it, which is why I share these Friday reviews with you. All right, our research of the week brings us to a not so fun article on, it's called Genetic Damage in Soybean Workers Exposed to Pesticides. Now, we'll be ending with a higher note, so trust me, just stay with me here for a moment, but I just want to give you an excerpt. So this looked at 127 individuals, 81 exposed and 42 non-exposed. Controls were evaluated, and they found that those that were exposed, the data revealed DNA damage in soybean workers. Cell death was also observed. So, I mean, we have to be careful here with us saying that pesticides are generally regarded as safe, right? GRAS, the GRAS, because we're seeing these soybean workers already. I mean, there's been plenty of lawsuits where the plaintiffs have won because of cancer. And we're seeing now, well, if you mutate DNA, it can lead to cancer, right? And so then again, it's not going to take a huge jump, but, is it possible that consuming pesticides on food day in and day out, year after year, decade after decade, could it cause cancer? Smaller amounts adding up over time, filling up that rain barrel and overflowing. I'll let you be the judge of that. But for me personally, not backing it up yet by a lot of research, although we know those pesticides cause major issues in the body, I'm just saying I'm willing to go there. Okay? So just wanted to share that with you. I think we have to be really careful about how much we fill up our rain barrel with eating non-organic pesticide, fungicide, herbicide-laden food. All right, now we're going to end on a high note. So, love this one right here. This is is published in the Journal of Circulation. It was done by researchers at Texas Health Presbyterian Hospital in Dallas. And it says this: exercise may just heal the heart. So, heart patients with thickening of the left chamber of the heart, which makes it harder to pump blood efficiently and often is caused by high blood pressure, who participated in a high-intensity exercise group for 1 year, became less rigid and more efficient, compared with the hearts of patients with similar heart damage who did not exercise. Researchers believe it is likely that the heart improvements would protect against future heart failure. Pretty amazing, right? Exercise as medicine. I think we can leave it at that. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning into today's show. I appreciate you. Of course, if any of these shows are helpful, please do feel free to share them with anyone you believe they could serve. Take care, and I'll talk with you tomorrow on our Cabral House Calls.